Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a youth leader at St Jimmy's Misfits Youth Group in Lower Hutt, and here's a bit of my story. So I grew up in a loving family in Cambridge. I grew up going to church and to youth group and Sunday school and all that kind of thing. And so for a long time I assumed that I was a Christian because my family was a Christian or Christians, and so it made sense to me that if they followed God, then I did too. It wasn't until I was about 16 that I started going to youth camps, and I remember the leaders talking about how to be a follower of Jesus is a personal decision, and we can have a relationship with Jesus. And for me, this was really mind-blowing because I'd never really heard about this before. So it was at that time that I decided to be a follower of Jesus. I decided to give my life to God and to follow Jesus to the ends of the earth. And since then I've never looked back. So my first few years of being a follower of Jesus was really smooth, really great. I had all these new Christian friends who were really encouraging me in my walk with Jesus. And then in my last couple of years of high school, all of a sudden, kind of out of the blue, I became depressed, and I was really confused why. I had been following Jesus and it had been this great adventure so far, and then all of a sudden I was feeling like this, and it didn't make any sense to me. I also didn't talk to anyone about it, so I was suffering silently for quite a long time. Until about a year later, I finally had the courage to talk to someone, and I talked to my youth leader about it, and then in itself brought a lot of freedom. At a similar time, God gave me this image of a heart. It was my heart, and it was broken, but God was putting it back together. But it still has scars. You could still see where it had been broken. And I felt like God was saying to me that He was in this depression, and He was healing it, but it was a long journey of healing. And sure enough, over a period of time, I got better. And looking back, I can see where God was in that whole situation. It was hard to see at the time where God was in this empty feeling. I felt like God wasn't close to me at all. But looking back, I can see where God was working. And that's just a really awesome kind of hope to hold on to, that God is always there, even if I can't see Him. So a big theme over my Christian walk has been learning to listen. And it's something I find really challenging still, but it's something I'm learning to do better. Learning to listen to God and following when He shows me something. Ways that God often speaks to me is through images, or through like a gut feeling that I know is different to any other feeling. Or God often shares wisdom with people around me who share that with me. Something that's been really challenging has been learning to surrender my kind of dreams and hopes and aspirations in life, and to let God use me for whatever He needs me for. And an example of that is when I first became a follower of Jesus, I was determined that I wanted to be a vet. It was the only thing in life that I could imagine myself being. But I knew deep down that that wasn't where God wanted me to be going in life. So I handed that over to God, and I was like, okay, take this, do what you will with my life. And the amazing thing was that God stepped in and He changed my heart, and He really moved me in allowing me to surrender that dream to Him, and actually He was able to come in and give me something so much better. And it's kind of been like that a lot of my journey is being like, actually, God, where do you want me? Where do you want me going next? And being able to be excited for that journey, even if there's a lot of unknown. And so through my my walk with Jesus, my relationship with Jesus has changed a lot as I've grown and learnt more about God and all those kind of things. But Jesus has been consistent. He has consistently been showing me His love for both myself and for everyone around me. He has been consistently good, and that is a hope that I hold on to, is that even in the good and the bad times, God is there and He is good.